Okay, count it down. I'm only giving them 1 more minute. Hi, Justina. Okay, I lied. It was actually less than 1 more minute. Welcome, everyone. My name is Anta Cisse-Green, and I am the president of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association. Thank you, everyone, for joining. This is the first of our quarterly membership meetings for this new 2020 bar year. For those of you who are new, we have four quarterly membership meetings each bar year. And the goal is to, one, make sure that you see what we have been working on, we as in the board and the officers of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association, and also give you an opportunity to tell us what you want, tell us what you need, where there are opportunities for us to be able to do better, and also just help you understand what is coming up for this particular bar year and how you can be engaged, how you can lead, engage, advocate, and partner so that we can make this bar association everything that we need it to be in order to provide you with the information that you need for your personal and career development, and also to make sure that we are addressing the issues, the legal issues that affect the Black community directly. And you all know that there is always a lot. There's always a lot of work to do, but that's what we are all here for, and that is what the partnership is all about. So before I get started, I first want to say thank you. Well, I first should say that you may hear some noise because my kids don't know how to be quiet. I apologize for that in advance, but that's why I got this beautiful virtual background. Second, thank you to, see what I'm saying? They just don't. Second, I want to thank our partners, Allen and Overy, specifically Peter Davis from Allen and Overy, who is their diversity and human resource project specialist, as well as Julian Moore, who is a partner in the investigations and litigation group at Allen and Overy. Those of you who were lucky enough to join us a few months ago, Allen and Overy had a presentation. Their Black and Latinx affinity group had a presentation with Black Gotham Experience. And that was the first opportunity that we had to see the work that Black Gotham Experience has done. And we're very lucky to be able to partner with Black Gotham Experience as well as Allen and Overy to be able to bring you this presentation. And I want you to know that we will have future presentations and future partnerships with both of our partners. So please keep a lookout for that. Especially if we, cross fingers, ever come in person again, right, within the next few months. I'm constantly praying for that. I think it'll be an absolutely amazing experience to be able to do an in-person walking tour of the city, just to see, you know, how really the Black community has contributed to the development of New York City and the history of this nation. So we're really excited to be able to have this partnership. Before we get started with that, I do want to just go through and talk to you guys about what the officers have been doing, what the board has been doing, and the direction that we see the association going into, and also to make sure, you know, that we get all of your thoughts, your questions. We encourage you to use the chat, right? I love that everybody's coming in and saying hello and greeting one another. Please feel free to, you know, if the Holy Ghost captures you, just go ahead, use that chat. We also have a Q&A function, especially important when we start the presentation with Black Gotham Experience. But if you have a question about anything that you see, anything you hear, please feel free to reach out and ask us. So I do have a couple of the officers who will be joining me in putting this presentation together to keep you guys informed about what we are doing. We're so excited about everything that is happening. From July 1st, when we first, you know, when this administration started, we have really just been going full-fledged, right, and moving along. So I want to make sure we all know who we is. We have, and this is our agenda, very boring, y'all don't need to see it, right? We're gonna go through it. But I wanna make sure you guys are all familiar with the officers and the board, right? I know you have seen quite a few of us, especially if you joined us at our installation last week, which was absolutely amazing. We were all sworn in as officers to uphold the Constitution of the United States, as well as New York State, and of course that of the MBBA. This year, we're very excited to have been able to add actually 2 new vice president positions, one for communications and the other for CLE and professional development, because it really highlights some of the key important functions that MBBA serves as an association for you guys. And we thought it was really important to make sure that we have dedicated resources that could really target what you needed, the programming, the events, in order to make it more fulfilling for all of you and make sure that you're able to get the programming that you need. We also have our board of directors who really help guide us, help us figure out what our strategic direction is going to be, help us stay honest and make sure that we are fulfilling our mission, right, which is to aid the progress of the legal profession, diversity of the legal profession, advancement of Black attorneys and legal professionals, law students, and also to make sure that we address the legal issues, right, that the Black community faces. So our board is very dedicated. We meet every single month. I encourage you guys to reach out to the officers, reach out to the board of directors, get to know us, understand our mission, ask us about the work of the MBBA. All of these individuals have been involved with the MBBA for many years. Many of them started as law students. So for those law students who are out there, yes, this could be you on the slide in a few years, make it happen. But we're very excited about, you know, being involved with the MBBA, and we encourage you guys to reach out to us. So I want to just talk to you. Oh, I can't forget our cabinet. So Amanda, where's Amanda? So Amanda is one of my key co-chiefs of staff. And she commented that, you know, President's Cabinet doesn't need to be on there, we're in the background, but this group here, one, you should understand that all the officers, board of directors, everyone is volunteer, right? We all do this as our little side hustle, not quite a hustle, but we do this out of the goodness of our heart to be able to, you know, bring meaning to the legal profession, to you guys as members. And so our administrative assistant, anytime you send an email to that info email address, we all get it as officers, but Jeremy Garcia, as our administrative assistant, is the one who really makes sure that, you know, the officers see everything that's happening. And then Amanda and Esther are chiefs of staff to me as president, and they help with communications and special projects. So while you may not see them out and about a lot, they are back there and they are doing the work of the association. And I'm very happy to also have Alexis Harris, who is our social media coordinator, who is going to be helping us, I'm gonna sound very old, get real hip with the whole social media thing, because she just taught me how to do like an Insta story and all of this very active, engaged stuff. But we're really happy to have Alexis to really help step up our social media game and make sure that we're providing you guys with the information on a more timely basis on all the social media platforms, and also make sure that we're staying engaged with you, especially as we become more mobile and can start moving around again. So I wanted to just talk to all of you in case you haven't already you know, heard a little bit about my objectives and what my vision really is for the association as we start. I mean, I've been involved with the MBBA for a very, very long time. And I've seen its progression, I've seen its growth, and it's an amazing organization. And so as I started to think about what do I want to accomplish, how do I want people to remember me and my tenure as president, you know, I started thinking about what's going to take us to the next step. And to me, the next step is, you know, not just that slow walk or even that jump, but it's really a leap, right? To leap into our excellence, to embrace who we are and make us more powerful than we were before. And so LEAP is sort of my theme word for the 2-year tenure to help identify, you know, what we want to accomplish. And so it stands for a lot of things. Primarily lead, engage, advocate, and partner, right? So when we think about what can we do to help us leap into excellence, it's these 4 buckets right here. And so for you as a member and as a supporter of the MBBA, it can mean a number of things, and it can mean something different to everyone. But at the end of the day, I want you to be able to partner with us, right? In the same way that we're very excited that Allen and Overy and Black Gotham Experience are partnering with us for this membership meeting to bring us, new innovative things that we're doing with our meetings. We also want to make sure that our partnerships are not just, one-time partnerships, right? We want to make sure that we continue to build the relationships that we have developed over the decades of the MBBA's, existence. So creating new partnerships, right? And yeah, I'm working backwards in case you want to follow me, okay? So creating new partnerships, reinvigorating, existing initiatives. So some of the initiatives we've had before, some of the programs, we have annual programs, and we want to make sure that we make them, very relevant for you and that it's targeted for you and your needs. Advocate. Typically, when we talk about advocacy, right, we always think about advocating for our clients. Yes, it means advocating for clients, but in this case, you as members are clients. The Black community are our clients. We not only want to help you advocate for yourselves, but also for one another and for the Black community. And that's what we're here for. We are here to help raise the issues that we should be addressing, right? To help identify different ways and resolutions, alternatives for us to be able to work together to make things happen, to hopefully move that needle. 2020 has been ridiculous. I will just put it that way. And it's taken a lot of people from us, right? And it's people, in our personal lives, people in the legal profession, celebrities. And while a lot of us have started to, lose hope, right? There is a reason to hold on because a lot has been done, and our predecessors, lest we forget, our predecessors kept moving forward and they kept advocating so that the Black community always had a voice. And so even in moments of despair, we are here to help you advocate and to give you a voice if you feel that you don't have a voice elsewhere. And then of course, we're here to help you educate yourselves, educate each other, right? Educate us. And the number one way for us to be able to do that is to engage with one another, right? Volunteer. We are a nonprofit organization, and as such, right, we want to make sure that you as members are able to, take value from your membership. And so we need your voice. We need to understand what you need. And we want to make sure. So I see Justina is going ham on the chat. Thank you, Justina. I do want to point out, so you guys are right now seeing myself, the logo, and also Carl Forbes, who is our president-elect, and Justina Rivera, who is our vice president of membership. So if you are not already a member, please feel free to chat away with Justina right now. I guarantee you she'll pick up the phone and she will process your membership immediately. But this is what we're here for, right? When we say reach out to us, we really do mean for you to reach out to us because we want to make sure that we're hearing from you. So you will, in the coming months, we will be creating, membership surveys. And believe me, I understand you get a survey, you don't really, it's not the most fun thing that you could do, but we want to make sure that in order to develop the programs and events that we need, that you need, that we hear from you, right? So please make sure you reach out to us. Lastly, leadership, right? We hear it all the time, leadership. This is one of the best ways that you can really develop your leadership skills, right? And make sure that it translates to what you are doing in your professional career. You can be a speaker at any of our panels, right? We have CLE and non-CLE panels. If you like to sit in the background and really help organize, we can always use individuals to help us organize all the programs and events that are going on. We have a number of committees, sections, and divisions, which I will go through shortly, that can really help you get engaged and involved and really help us move the association where we want it to move. So it's not just about us, it's about you. So we value your feedback, we value your time. We understand that everybody has limited time, so whatever commitment, whatever availability you provide, we only ask that you do what you want to do, that you stay engaged with us, that you help us so that we can drive and move things forward. If you have put a question into the chat, I apologize, but you can always just ping me, right? And I'll make sure I answer. Okay, so that brings me to, I'm really excited about this because one of the things that the board was able to do at our August board retreat was to really dig in and take a look at our current structures for our committees, our sections and divisions. So some of you will remember that our annual meeting back in late June, we actually amended our bylaws, which hasn't been done in about 3 years. And I don't know if they're on, but kudos to some of our members, Asaki Benion and Jennifer Avalage, who were instrumental in helping us get those bylaws amended. They spent a ton of time helping us do that, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You were able to really get us compliant with New York law, trim it down significantly, and make sure that it really operates the way that the organization operates. So thank you guys for that. And so the result of those bylaws was to be able to create new committee sections and divisions that really mirror the way that we work as an organization, right? So we are now able to identify, right, committees. They are corporate committees, if you guys understand that lingo. Basically, it means these are the structures that help us do the day-to-day for the organization. And they are all led by our members of our board. And so they all have their different purposes, right? Hopefully self-explanatory, but we're lucky to be able to have leaders who really understand these particular areas and are able to relate it to the mission of the association, and then can implement, right, their own objectives and their goals to be able to really further our mission. And I will say my vision, everyone has been so supportive of, you know, what I envision the MBBA to be moving towards. And I'm so proud of everyone who has volunteered and is really taking on these roles. So these are all committees that any member can become a part of. And I'm really excited, Justina, but I'm gonna hold myself. In a second, we'll show you guys, right, how you can go about joining these committees and, you know, making sure that you can be as active as you want. So those are our committees. I do want to point out just a couple of things. So community outreach and pro bono, led by Nicole. You know what, I'm going to save it for a little bit later because I don't want to mispronounce anybody's names. But community outreach and pro bono will focus on some of the things that we've continued to do, including Know Your Rights seminars, right, and workshops for the community, pro bono initiatives, legal clinics that we've had in the past, which we are working towards, you know, refreshing, and then any issues that, you know, really affect the community directly. Our fundraising and development is a way for us to really streamline our partnerships and the way that we work with sponsors, partners, and the way that we raise funds for the organization generally. And so this committee will also be responsible for, you know, doing a lot of the heavy lifting for our annual gala, which of course we canceled this year. If none of you have been to the gala, you don't know what you're missing. I'm telling you, it's the bomb. Hopefully we will have it, cross fingers, next year. But this is a great way to really start to learn about what the organization does, and to really see all of the mentorship and the camaraderie networking that really takes place. Next, we have membership that Justina is a vice president of, and the goal is to really make sure that we are tuning into our members, providing them with the information that they need. And I want to take this opportunity just to point out, for those of you who weren't able to join us at the installation, law student membership is now free. All right, so talk to your law student mentees, roll that out to all of your bosses and your losses, your metro losses, your bosses. You know, make sure everyone is aware law student membership is free, and we have such amazing programming that is taking place right now. The only way that you are really going to be able to find out about it and all the details is if you join and become a member. Additionally, we have also created a new membership level for legal professionals. So what does that mean? It means all of those in academia, the diversity and inclusion and equity professionals, paralegals, legal assistants, legal analysts, whatever that title is. If you work as a part of the legal profession, if you are at a firm, if you are part of a legal department, come join us, because you really help round out, you know, the entire legal profession. As I say, I learned a lot as a law firm associate from the paralegals, because they're the ones who had time for me. So they were instrumental to my education at a law firm. And I know I've heard the same from a lot of individuals. So please join us, become a member, and tell us what you need. Tell us what you want to see, and tell us what you think is missing, because your membership is important to us. Your voice is important to us. Then we have programs in CLE, which I hope is you know, obvious. Malika Fulton is our Vice President of Programs and really handles our entire schedule and calendar of events. And then Shad Lavelle, as Vice President of CLE, helps handle all of the logistics for CLE in terms of making sure that we're able to provide you with the credits that you need. Finally, public policy and advocacy. For those of you who've been longtime members of the MBBA, this used to be our legislative committee. And so the committee's objective is to really stay on top of legislation that affects us in the Black community, and help advise on how we can advocate, you know, in favor of legislation, or, you know, making a statement, or as you saw recently, we testified at the state Senate hearing regarding, you know, the function of the courts and returning, you know, reopening as a result of COVID. So there's definitely a lot of work there that we can be more active. So if you're interested in joining any of these committees at all, please, we encourage you to reach out. At a minimum, if you don't remember anything, you know, you can always just email us at info@mbbanyc.org, and we will make sure that we get back to you guys. All right, so these are our sections. I'm going to scroll through them. I'm not going to talk about all of them. What I want to do is just highlight that sections are based on a particular substantive area of law. Now, we try to work through to really make sure that we have adequate representation for all of the, I will say, major substantive areas of law, particularly those that, you know, you as membership have been asking for. And so I'm going to come back to it. Finally, divisions are really grouped by, you know, where you are or who you are. Our pre-law and law student is one of the newest, along with the paralegal and legal professionals division. In-house is also a new one. And then we created the LGBTQ division just last year, which we had along with our solo and small firm, as well as our young lawyers. So what I'm really excited about is that we have amazing, absolutely amazing leaders. And I hope you're really able to see who is on here. Congratulate them. They have, you know, pushed forward and will be leading our committees to help us make sure that we fulfill our mission and our vision. And they need your help. They need your help, because we have, like I said, we have gone, you know, full steam ahead. And there's a lot of work for us to do. There's a lot of area for us to cover, especially to make sure that we are on top of the issues that we need to be on top of for the legal community, for the Black community, in order to be sure to provide them with the information that they need, and also resolutions. Now, some will be short-term, some will be long-term, but at least we can get the conversation started, and these people are really making it happen. They are your leaders for your committees, And I'm very happy to present the leaders of the sections. All of these individuals have, volunteered to really do the meat of the work to provide you guys as members with all of the programming and events and information that you need for each of these particular, substantive areas. So we hope that you guys will join. These are all sections that you can join. You can update your profile if you want to join a particular section or committee that you were not previously part of. And same with our divisions. These are our amazing leaders. And I'm really, really excited to, have everyone get working and hear all of your ideas, and, really welcome the opportunity to be able to work with you guys. So thank you in advance. Don't get too annoyed because I will start emailing a whole lot of y'all. But I'm nice. I'm really nice, right? My bark is loud, but I don't bite sometimes. So we're really, really excited. And thank you again to all of these leaders who have stepped up to, take the helm and really help guide us during this next year. It's going to be amazing, some of the things that we see coming out of here. So please join them, join us, help us, bring you the information that you need, the guidance that you need, so that we can all move together, hopefully diversify this legal profession of ours, right, and help you advance your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. So with that, I know y'all are tired of hearing from me. So I'm going to turn it over to our president-elect, Carl Forbes, who will touch base on our strategic plan.
Thanks, Anta. So everyone, in addition to my responsibilities, as you've seen in serving the organization, I've also been tapped as the chair of our strategic plan task force. And so back in 2017, 2 administrations ago now, we set out to create a strategic plan in order to set goals for the organization for the next 5 years. We, as part of our August virtual board retreat, we set about to update the strategic plan and to actually work on the implementation. And so, as you can see here, our 5 focus areas in no specific order: membership, civic engagement, community outreach, financial stability, organization and membership development, and pipeline. To clarify, membership is our focus on increasing our members and strengthening the value proposition that we present to members and how we retain members. Organization and member development is more so what you've already seen in terms of leadership opportunities and developing growth within the organization, as well as personal and professional growth. So mainly what I'm here to talk with you guys about today is the implementation piece. And so our purpose of implementing the strategic plan is to implement the goals for the next 5 years, which reflect the organization's mission, vision, and values, as well as address some strategic issues that cannot be dealt with through day-to-day operations. So as we carry on the business of the association, we're also thinking of the broader picture as to how we enhance the way we do business and set about meeting our goals. So the first step as to that has already taken place, in that we revised our purpose to be a true mission statement, which Anta stated to you earlier at the start of the meeting. So then our goal in implementing is to design a process that clearly defines the activities, time frame, the respective roles of the officers, board members, staff members, and members in the implementation of our strategic plan. We want to ensure that the annual budget, work plans, and major decisions of the organization are consistent with the plan. This really will be our guidepost for how the organization runs in the next 5 years, but going forward beyond that time, especially as we march towards our 40th anniversary, we really want to strengthen the way we operate and the value proposition we present to members. So as part of that, The task force will be responsible for setting timetables and milestones, action areas and responsibilities, and annual objectives and results tracking. And we may need to break down these specific areas of the 5 focus points. And so some may move more quickly than others, but the ultimate goal is within the next 12 to 18 months to really have the core of the implementation in place. So then it becomes an iterative process around getting everything in order for the next 5 years. And some of that in terms of the next steps has already been done. In terms of already starting implementation, you've seen we've increased the number of vice presidents to add a vice president of communications as well as a vice president of CLE and professional development. We've made law student memberships free. We've restructured our committee sections and divisions. We've created a board manual. And so we've really started the process, but need everyone's assistance in taking that steps further. And so one of the things that I am asking of you is I'm working on identifying members of the task force. And the way I've envisioned it is that we'll have 1 or 2 members, a combination of officers and directors, 1 or 2 board members, which would be a combination of officers or directors. And I'd also like to have 1 or 2 general members to serve on the task force, because it's important for us to engage our membership, but also recognizing the goal of implementing the strategic plan is all about our members. Once the task force is finalized, one of the first steps that we will do is to collect and analyze data. Without information, you can't really understand where your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and I'm forgetting the T in the SWOT analysis, but you can't identify those things. And so in terms of collecting and analyzing data, we'll be doing interviews, potentially focus groups, but definitely membership surveys. To add to what Anta pointed out about the surveys, I think she was talking about surveys in terms of the programming that we're doing and the day-to-day, but we'll also be doing membership surveys, threats. Thank you, Justina. Threats is the T in the SWOT analysis. Membership surveys in terms of our strategic plan. And so the surveys will provide more information to you regarding the plan, as well as soliciting information from you, the members, regarding what we can do to get better, as well as to really solidify the goals that we've identified as part of the strategic plan. So I know that's been a lot, but if you are interested in serving on the strategic plan task force, please feel free to drop your email address in the chat, or you can also email us at info@mbba.nyc.org. That will come to all of the officers, or my email is president-elect@mbba.nyc.org. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carl. As you guys can see, we, like I said, we've been doing a lot, and we of course have to thank all of our predecessors, who have come before us, past board members, past presidents, who have really done the work of building the foundation for us to be able to really just pick up the ball and go. So without further ado, I'm just going to hand this over to Justina, and I'm going to stop sharing so that you can go ahead and share, Ms. Justina.
Awesome. Thank you, Anta. Thank you, Carl. As Carl mentioned, one of, in doing a SWOT analysis, one of the threats, ongoing threats to our retaining members and also capturing members has been our website. I have interfaced with so many of you. We've had so many conversations, whether it be the website, it's hard to find things. You're only allowed to use PayPal to renew. I mean, it's been a bit of a barrier for us to increase our membership. So I'm really super excited to share with you all that it says we are seeing Anta's photo and Justina's screen, but we don't see Justina. Okay, it's okay. It's all right if you don't see me. What's more important that you see my screen. But I'm so excited to share with you that we have been working behind the scenes, day and night, night and day, on revealing and rolling out a brand new website. We had hoped that it would be done and fine-tuned by tonight. It is not, but we wanted to give you all a sneak peek of what we have been working on as it pertains to the website. So this is just a little sneak peek of what our new website is going to look like. And one of the things we are most excited about with this website is that now we're going to be able to have a lot more interactive function when it comes to our directory. Which is one of the major benefits of being a member of the MBBA, is that you get to be a part of our lawyer directory. So I'm going to show you what a profile looks like. Okay, so this is my profile that I've worked on. And as you can see, this is what it will look like outward to this would be the public facing profile that the public would see and they would have access to. I need to change to my work email, but as you see, it'll have some basic demographic information, areas of practice, title, and employer, and up to 500 words of a biography if you choose to put it there, as well as a photo. Now, if you are logged in, meaning if you are a member, if you are a dues paying member, you will be able to click this button and it'll go to a profile. But as you can see right here, I'm not logged in, so there's nothing to see. So let me log in so I can show you how this works, because the really cool function will be that we will now be able to connect with each other using this new website. So I'm going to go back. Oh, no, ignore all this, close your eyes. I'm going to go back to find a lawyer. You can edit, you'll be able to edit your profile every time you go in. That's what you were just saying. So go back to find a lawyer. Now that I'm logged in, let's say you're logged in, you decide to click on my photo. This will be the internal and the inside facing part of the website. We haven't completely updated to pull all of your demographic information, but one of the very cool things is that we're going to be able to message each other as well as be able to post content. So it'll be a very simple process. You'll get a message just kind of the same way you would on Facebook or any other social media that another member wants to contact you, they want to speak to you. And you'll also have an opportunity, if they become a stalker, you can block them and other different things. So one of the things that this will allow us to do is that it will allow us to communicate directly to each other and allow us to have more robust communication between our committees, in our sections and divisions. We'll be able to create posts, blog posts, and it will all be here. And you as a member will have complete control of your internal membership profile, what you post, what gets to be put up there. So one of the other things I just want to show you, just very briefly, is that if you are one of our bar year leaders, our 2020 to 2021 bar year leaders, we are going to be updating this page with your profile picture and along with obviously your name, but in addition, your name will be hyperlinked to your LinkedIn page. So again, again, for our members, we want your participation as a leader to be a business development opportunity, to be an opportunity to increase your profile. So this will all be there. So we're still in the process. There are still a few kinks to work out, but we're trying to streamline our website. We're trying to make it a lot more functional. You will no longer have to pay using PayPal. Hallelujah. And then, and if if you are in a category of membership that is not going to change, meaning you're 16 years or above, you are a judge, you are a non-legal supporter, you are a sustaining member, you will also have the opportunity to have auto renew on your membership. Unfortunately, if you are in another category, because our categories go according to years that you have been admitted, there's not going to be an auto renew function because it's a bit of an honor system. And if we did auto renew, you could be, registering as a law student for the next, 16 years. So we're very excited. If you have any other ideas about the website or things you want to see, you can definitely send me a message. Like I said, this is ongoing, and I just want to thank everyone on the board. We've had a working group, and I can't tell you how many hours have been put in to make this more functional for us all as members, and I'm very, 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 very excited. So if you have any questions for me, again, you can put them in the chat or you can send me a message directly. I am, again, so excited for the 2020 to 2021 bar year and what we're going to be able to do, especially since we're virtual, all behind a screen with our members, with our website. Oh, last thing I want to say, we're also going to be having videos and CLEs that are going to be available for members only on our website, finally. So stay tuned for all of that. Super excited. And I guess, Anta, back to you. I always want to say that.
So Justina is being very, very modest. She is an undercover web developer designer. That was going to be her second career if she didn't practice law. But she dived in and she figured out all of that code stuff, and I don't know what it's called. But she's the one who has really led this effort and put in, an immense number of hours and still continues to do so. So thank you so much, Justina, for everything that you've done. We can already see, that this is absolutely going to be very useful and worthwhile for the way that we all engage with one another. So thank you, we appreciate it. I'm so excited. So please, guys, when you see that, we will have an announcement so that you'll be able to really get up in there and see when we are launching. So we encourage you to make sure you are looking out for the MBBA emails because this will be pending sometime soon. The other thing that we will be asking you to do, since you're already members, once the new website launches, you will have the ability to go in and update your profile, right? So that we don't just have your email address, we actually have your name. You can put your profile on there. And I'll tell you, we get a ton of requests, through our info email addresses for people asking for lawyers in all different areas. And so my hope is that this will really help us to create a great network referral source. Right, because you're out there, you're doing it, you're becoming an expert, and we want to be able to highlight you, to push you, to provide you with referrals, and that's what our, Find a Lawyer directory is for. So renew your membership, right, and keep a lookout for all the emails that are going to be coming up about the website launch. Thank you so very much. We know the teaser is exactly that, a teaser, but we wanted to be able to show you all the work that Justina has been doing for the past few weeks, months, I should really say, because we started taking baby steps. And because of you, we've sort of blown it up, to use Randy's words.